Oh shit! They better get a gang of condoms in that kingdom, cause King Ezekiel's getting ready to put his fucking thing down. Although it's fucking disgusting, but it is what it is. Anyway, fucking Morgan brought Carol to the kingdom because the two guys that he was chasing was from the kingdom. So that's where they brought him. Turns out these people are pretty they're pretty nice. These motherfuckers are riding around on horses. And they're adept at fighting on horses and shit like that. They're taking out walkers like it's nothing. The people from the kingdom are pretty well trained. They're well oiled and kept maintenance and shit like that. They got their tires rotated and everything. So yeah, the kingdom's well kept. So when Carol comes to, Morgan takes her to meet Ezekiel, King Ezekiel, and the motherfucker's doing the whole medieval accent, the whole nine. That's why you see people riding around with the fucking armor on, as if it's like it's really medieval Europe. They're riding around with fucking armor, which makes perfect sense. Why not? It's better than nothing. I mean, just in case somebody got a knife or something like that, it will provide some protection. I think that's the best thing to do. Matter of fact, they should probably get some more. They need to find out where the closest Walmart or Target, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Get to it. Why not? That'll give you an advantage on the next man. So anyway, she meets King Ezekiel. The motherfucker's sitting there with a tiger named Shiva. This motherfucker look hungry as a motherfucker. And she's just like, what the fuck is going on? Where the fuck am I? Like, this place used to be a school. What the hell? What they learning here? They even got kids still learning, whatever. They're teaching. They got like teachers and everything. She's taken aback by that. King Ezekiel, he's speaking in old English and whatnot. Sounds like fucking Thor. And he says that they're welcome there. Now, turns out, Carol doesn't feel welcome. She said they're putting on a charade and shit like that. Blah, 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 blase. And they kind of are. Now, Ezekiel, he actually talks with Morgan and whatnot. He wants Morgan to help train his boy. Why? Because the motherfucker, Morgan is good. And not only that, it looks like King Ezekiel's trying to get his squad ready just in case they need to take down Negan. Now, the dude, what's his name, Ben or whatever the fuck his name is, the little kid that Morgan's training, his dad got knocked off earlier. What that tells you, Ezekiel don't want any more people getting knocked off. So obviously that's why he's staying away from Negan. He's not fighting it like that. And plus, Negan's too strong. He doesn't want to fuck his shit up. But that doesn't mean he's not ready to go to war. I mean, it means he's not ready to go to war. But that doesn't mean he doesn't want to go to war. Doesn't mean that he can't go to war. He's buying his time. Not only that, the motherfucker's smart. The whole episode, he analyzed fucking Carol. He got a pinned down. He knew what the fuck she was doing. She was there for a little while, but she planned on leaving because she wants to live her life as a hermit, which makes no fucking sense. But cool. If they get rid of the bitch that way, fine. I'm cool with it. That's one thing. Get rid of that bitch. You know what I mean? As far as he got to pay Negan his taxes. He's paying Negan his taxes with pigs he's feeding walkers. That's fucking awesome. To be honest, I wouldn't have a problem eating those pigs. Why? Because pigs eat slop anyway. You know what I'm saying? Their bodies can process that bullshit. You know what I mean? I don't eat pork, but I'm just saying, like, if I'm in a post-apocalyptic world, what's the problem? Now, right here, right now, I wouldn't do it. Oh, they're eating dead humans. Would you want to eat it? Hell fucking no. But living in that world, sure. Just make sure you cook the shit right. Cook that shit through. I mean, burn it to a crisp. I want to hear a snap when I eat it. You know what I mean? Just make sure you cook it properly. The pigs ain't that bad off, but he's using walkers to supply Negan because he's feeding the pig with the walkers, so it's not costing them but so much. All they gotta do is make sure they got enough pigs. You know, they produce enough pigs, feed them to feed the walkers to them, then they can get that to Negan. You know what I mean? So that was fucking wonderful. That made perfect sense. This dude is fucking smart. He said he didn't really want to, but he really kind of has to. Also, he has to talk with Carol when he catches Carol getting ready to leave, and he tells her everything. Now, in the comics, they did it differently. I think they did it better in the comics, and it wasn't fucking Carol. It was somebody else. Now, in this show, based on what we've seen so far, the person who it would be Sasha. I'm hoping this still is. I'm hoping that when Sasha comes, he says, like he's standing in front of Carol, he grabs her by the fucking head and just, bitch, get the fuck out of my way. You know, just like damn to take her head off her fucking shoulder, just, you know, grab her by the head and just toss her out the fucking way. Like, oh, get the fuck out of here. Who are you? No, that's what I want. Yeah, so in the comics they did a little bit better. You know, they had a better setup. But they, you know, but in the show they changed it up a little bit, so they couldn't really do what they did in the comics. But it was fine. I mean, what they did was fine. Yeah, so it would have been Sasha. But yeah, she leaves, and it seems like fucking Ezekiel wants this hoe real bad. That shit is sick, man. What's Carol, about 80 years old? Some shit like that? She done went through menopause 3 or 4 times? Damn, she's like 80 years old or something like that. She won't last long. Now, during this little conversation he had with Carol, he tells her, yes, I'm putting on the act. And you're putting on the act too, trying to act all tough and shit like that, but really on the inside, you're like, oh my fucking God, I'm losing everybody. He's putting on the act, but he knows he's putting on the act. And some of the people, he basically breaks it down and says, the people want you to put on an act. They want to see somebody strong, somebody who wrestled the damn tiger, and now it's his pet. That's who they want to see, and that's what they thought, because he got the fucking tiger. This fucking tiger ain't doing shit to him. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't believe it, but I was like, damn, this dude does have a, you know, a good presence to him. But the people want to have somebody they can depend on. They need some kind of guidance. Everybody needs that. He didn't want to do it, but he was forced in to do it the same way Rick is, the same way probably Negan probably was. Everybody was. You know what I mean? The other dude at the, what's that dude name? Little Chris over at the Hilltop. Is his name Chris? Little Chris, whatever the dude, the old head. I forgot what his name was. But I don't know about Negan because I'm not sure, but he probably the same thing happened to him. I know it happened with Ezekiel, it happened with Rick, it happened with Lil Chris too. So probably happened to Negan too. People that really didn't want to be a leader, you know what I mean, wound up becoming a leader. Why? Because people needed somebody to depend on. This motherfucker got a tiger. This motherfucker fearless. This motherfucker is smart. Yo, you are a leader. I don't want to be a leader. You are our leader, motherfucker. And that's all there is to it. So that's where Ezekiel's at. He said, yo, I'm giving them something, some type of hope. And he's keeping them in the dark about the Negan situation and everything because he wants to keep the people peaceful. He said they work better that way. That makes sense. He's calculating every fucking thing he's doing. So even though he looks nutty, this dude is smart. The same thing for Negan. Negan looks nutty as a motherfucker. Matter of fact, Negan's fucking worse. Like, oh, the kingdom. Why did he call the place the fucking kingdom? Why not? Because it's fun as shit. The people at the kingdom are having a motherfucking ball over there. In the damn, in the zombie apocalypse, these motherfuckers are having a good time. They're playing knights and shit, but they're actually really training, though. They're actually really doing shit, but they're having fun while doing it. That way they stay sane. You see, Carol didn't stay sane. She lost her fucking mind. You got to keep these people occupied with some shit and make sure they got some damn hope and some peace of mind. And that's what he's doing. You know what I mean? So, but on top of that, fucking Negan, he calls his spot the sanctuary. He doing the same stupid shit too. Alexandria, they just call that because that was the place's name. You know what I mean? I guess they were more logical over there. Let me see, Hilltop. They started calling it Hilltop. I don't know if that's really was the real name of the place. But shit, you see how they got that motherfucking place set up? They running around with spears and shit. Like, everybody got to put on a show. Everybody, like, what the dude, Lil Chris at the Hilltop, he had to put on the show. He played arrogant and shit like that, but really he was just perfect. So that tells you right then and there. Everybody's got to put on an act just for people to be in the right state of mind. But yeah, I think they did great with the fucking casting. With the casting, that was awesome. I pray to God this motherfucker don't wind up with Carol. If anybody's Sasha, the reason why Sasha, because like I said, from the comics, based on the show, what happened in the show, the next person would be Sasha. Would literally, that would be the person he would be with. Not only that, I can't really think of too many other people. Who else? Michonne's with Rick. You know what I mean? Rosita just coming out of that shit with Abraham. You know what I mean? And she's what you call him, plotting on the Eugene is plotting on her. Maggie, she just lost fucking Glenn. So you know what I mean? Well, Sasha lost Abraham too, but she just got with him a little while ago. So fuck it. She cool. We good on that. So I would rather see him with Sasha. I mean, it just looks creepy as a motherfucker. Him with that old ass motherfucker. He's older, but he's not that old. He's not that old. Like Carol's like 80. He may be like 45. 45, 47, some shit like that. I'm gonna give this episode, actually, I'm gonna say 5 out of 5, although I was kind of thrown off by the whole Carol thing, but if it happens, it happens. I mean, shit like that happens in real life, so fuck it. It is what it is. But it seemed like the episode was done very well. They did the kingdom very well. The kingdom is in a nice setting. It's not as diverse as it was in the show. In the show, the kingdom, they had that core place we seen where all the animals running. They had that, but it was in the middle of an urban setting at the same time, and it was bigger. That was one of the big things about the kingdom. Oh, this is the biggest kingdom, got the most people. It's the most well-developed kingdom. I mean, the most well-developed town. You know what I mean? That was huge. They got all the food. They're eating good over there. Only problem is, and one of the reasons why I would rather live in Alexandria, which Alexandria has on everybody, they got fucking electricity and shit. I would try to get some solar panels and get them motherfuckers running, get the generators running, shit, have power in all the motherfucking places. Okay, let me check the comments. Okay, this was great episode showing the kingdom. Yeah, it was. Dan, you look like a chocolate. Okay. Poison your enemies with kindness, aka tainted meat. Not really. The meat not tainted. You see, he's feeding it to them, and they're not doing bad. They're enjoying them fucking pigs. What's the big deal? They're eating. They're having a good time. Do you see fucking Negan dying or whatnot? He's eating the pigs too. So what's the big deal? What's the big deal? But that was a good way of utilizing resources. Like there's plenty of walkers. They don't like walkers. They need to get rid of walkers. Boom. They got rid of walkers. They're paying Negan. And they're not using their other resources as much. Because they still got to give them produce, you know what I mean? Like vegetables and shit like that. Fruits and vegetables and all that other bullshit. I guess bread or whatever. They still got to do that. But at least on the meat end of it, they're not going to feed the pigs their fucking, food. They only got to feed them walkers. So basically, it's taking care of itself. Damn, you talking too much. No, I'm not. Now stop that shit. Okay. Who do you think is going to get knocked off in this season? Hopefully Carol. Who else? I don't know. Okay. Who do you think is going? Okay, I already read that. I don't know, man. Okay, I think Jerry gonna get with Maggie. Jerry. Which one is Jerry? Oh, Jerry. Nah. Okay. He can use the Tiger for a spec ops mission to take out Negan. No. The Tiger's not like a human. You can't just say, yo, Tiger, go do such and such. You let that Tiger loose, he's going to start biting people up, and that's it, and then come back to Ezekiel, and that'd just be that. Okay. He can use the Tiger. Okay, no. Tainted meat slowly made people sick and died, making them into walkers. No. That's not tainted meat. It's not tainted meat. Remember what happened with Bob? Bob, beyond is more, it's more likely for it to be tainted when Bob ate it. Bob ate the meat. The damn cannibals ate it. Nothing happened to them. They even said in the show, they said, well, we cooked it. It should be no problem. Not only that, humans' digestive systems aren't like pigs. The pigs can digest that bullshit much better than a human can. A human eat that shit and die. The pig ain't dying, so that means that its body is processing the shit. It's getting rid of all that filth. Well, most of it. Getting rid of most of it. And then when you cook it, you fix the problem by then. Now, anyway, go ahead and leave your comments, like the video. And oh, I forgot. Thank you. Don't ignore my comments. I don't ever ignore your comments. How far are you in the comments? I'm all caught up. I'm right where it ends. Anyway, go ahead and leave your comments, like the video, subscribe, because I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that. Check the links in the description box, and I'm out. Peace.